Okay, so here we are back in the dashboard. So this is a new empty account that I've created specifically for the purpose of showing you how to set up groups. So we're going to go into lists here. So I previously suggested just have one list, but if you need to have more than one list, groups will apply specifically to a single list. And they're essentially a way of putting people into folders inside of a list. And an individual subscriber can be in more than one folder or more than one group. So we're going to choose this e-commerce email mastery list. Not a very big list at this point, just myself, but that won't matter for our purposes here. We're really just setting up the groups we might like to categorize people in. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go under Manage Contacts and I'm going to click Groups. All right, and there's some explanation about groups here. So you can use sign-up forms. You can have people select the groups they'd like to belong to in the sign-up form. The problem with this is that it adds some additional friction to the process. You don't necessarily want to be giving people more steps to complete when they're signing up for your list. You want to make that process as frictionless as possible. And then segmentation is what we'll get into. You can actually use groups or combinations of groups to build segments based on the different criteria or folders that you may have people in. So we're just going to click Create Groups. And we're presented with a dialog that lets us create groups in different ways. So some groups are going to be mutually exclusive. For instance, you're either a male or a female, or you can only live in one location. So you're either located in the United States or you're located in Canada. Other groups, for instance, a group around brand preferences, you could belong to a number of subsets of that group. You could be interested, if you're interested in shoes, you could be interested in Nike and Adidas and Puma. You could be interested in all three of those. So depending on what type of group you're setting up, you can make it a checkbox where people can select more than one, or you may want to make it a radio button or a drop down where people can make only one choice. So it's an exclusive choice. And there's another option, which is don't show these groups on my sign-up form. So I'll get more into that in just a moment. So we'll create a group category around product interest. And in So Young's case, we essentially have three types of products. We have children's products, so they're purchased primarily by adults for like school-age, elementary school-age kids. We have our adult products, which are purchased by adults for themselves. And then we have baby products, really diaper bags. So these are really like maternity products. They're something you would only purchase when you had a newborn baby. So I might like to segment our audience based on those interests. So we're going to call them adult products, kids products. So people might be interested in both our adult products and our kids products, and even all three, maternity products, or they might just be interested in one. And I can add other groups to this group category if we had others, but we don't. And I'll click Save. And now I have the option to import subscribers to these groups inside of this group category. So for instance, if I'd already segmented my audience based on their interests, I could import them, but we're going to click Done for now. So there's one group. I'm going to create one more group to show you another example. So this time I'm going to make a group based on people's locations. So this would be mutually exclusive. Again, you can only live in one location. And I'm going to create a drop down here so that people could select just one of those. And the three locations would be Canada, United States, and we also have international subscribers. So technically, we do not ship internationally. We only ship to North America. However, some people still like to sign up for our email list, so we might like to know that they're not in either the United States or Canada. Maybe down the road, we'll begin shipping to other parts of the world. So again, I'm going to click Save here. And Done for now. And now we have two groups. So again, these are basically folders that we can now start to filter people into. And the way we would do that would be through sign-up forms, but there's a trick I'm going to show you in a bit so that you can create exclusive forms. So depending on how someone entered your list, you could automatically filter them to a group. Now, unfortunately, MailChimp only provides you with one sign-up form per list. So in an upcoming lesson, I'll show you all the different form options, as well as the best way to use forms to create groups that you can then use to segment your list.